Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Steph. I am a transformational life coach, counselor, and yoga and meditation facilitator. And today I wanted to share with you about self-love, self-abandonment, and learning how to really come home to yourself. I've been on this spiritual journey, on a spiritual path for about probably 10 years now. And there's been so many key moments in my life that has led me to the realization that having radical self-love is kind of like the end goal of life. It's really the deeper meaning, like the path of what will bring you deeper meaning in your life and a deeper connection to everything around you. If we feel disconnected in our lives, it's because we're disconnected from ourselves. If we feel confused, it's because, we've lost touch with our inner guidance. If we feel lost, we've lost touch with our inner guidance and our direction, the direction of our heart. And, everything that we experience and we feel that is represented, or we think is represented in the external world, is always a reflection of what is happening inside, and which is actually a really beautiful thing, because it gives us the power to then be able to transform our lives from the inside out. So a lot of our society is living in a state of disconnection because they are disconnected from themselves. I like to explain it as though it's kind of like having a big space in between you and the people around you, or the house that you live in, or the job that you're in, your business, whatever it is you're kind of in relationship with in a strong way in your life. If you feel a sense of meaninglessness or disconnection, or that there's not love, you're not feeling love in your life or in your relationships, it's because you don't have that. You're not offering that to yourself. Self-love is the journey of learning how to come home to yourself no matter what is you're experiencing. And that means accepting yourself for the good and the bad, whatever you're experiencing. If you're feeling angry, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling disconnected, if you're feeling numb, whatever that is, it is the most self-loving act to really give yourself 100% permission and acceptance of whatever that is that you're feeling. And this is how we really come to accept ourselves unconditionally. It's unconditional because we don't need to be, we need to love ourselves only when we look good, or only when we're perfect, or only when things are going good. But we can love ourselves also when things are not going good, or if we're going through an initiation in our lives where we're being challenged by something, to overcome something, to transform something, to move through something, to to shed a new layer in our lives, and this is a continual process. In all of our lives is the process of birth, life, death, rebirth. And this is always happening, and on a regular basis. It's a cycle that we're always going through. And there's always something that life is trying to teach us and show us through our lives. So when we actually show up for that, and we acknowledge that that's what's happening on a deeper core level, rather than just managing the external, or just trying to control the external, when we actually come down and recognize the process that's really happening, that cycle of maybe something within us is being challenged in our relationships, or when we realize that's what's really going on, we can start to really transform it and move through it, as opposed to kind of constantly pushing up against it and resisting it and pretending it's not there. For example, if in our relationships we're being faced with Like for me, for example, I feel like I've been going through a lot of, I've really been experiencing this sense of disconnection from myself. And I kept thinking it was the people outside of me, you know, or that there was something wrong with me. But really, it's just as I look deeper and I recognize the layer that's being asked to be shed or to be seen, is that I'm disconnected from myself, from my own love of self, and and to learn how to reconnect those wires, to love my inner child, to love those pieces of myself that aren't perfect. Is the process of coming home and of finding, moving through that birth canal, birth, life, death, rebirth. All relationship to life is showing us a reflection of our relationship to ourselves. So, and always the key message is to come back to loving the self, to recognize our own divinity, to love ourselves unconditionally, and to know our own worthiness, our own divine worthiness. If you would like to dive a little bit more deeper into your own self-love in this process of reconnecting with those aspects of yourself you may have abandoned, I am running a retreat in Bali in September, self-love healing retreat, where we will dive into this type of work. Going into our underworld and recognizing these shadows, or these processes, the transformation that we are currently being faced with in our lives. And you know, we can be going through these initiations or these processes for many years. Sometimes we have these core woundings which have been presenting our whole lives, and we're really at a point where we are ready to kind of unfurl and uncover those that core message, or the really learn and embody the wisdom from healing from those traumas or those woundings that we've been presented with, and just connecting with the love of the land of Bali, because this land is very deeply healing and nourishing for the soul and for the spirit. So I really hope that you will join me on that. If my videos resonate with you, if I resonate with you, and I look forward to sharing with you and to meeting you in person. Okay, thank you. Bye. I hope that you got some little gems of insight there, and I look forward to sharing more soon. Thank you. Bye.